Hello YouTubers, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a video on Fallout 4 on how to steal the Quantum Armor early in the game. This will help you get through Nuka World if you're low level like I am. I'm only level 9. I'm doing this so I don't upset Preston, so I'm going to try and get power through Nuka World as quick as I can. If this is your first playthrough, then do the game normally and don't continue with this method is my recommendation. Otherwise, if you are looking to get the power armor early for whatever reason, whether you're high level or low level, and you're not interested in doing Nuka World because you don't like it, whatever your reason, doesn't matter. I'm going to show you how to try and steal that in survival mode. I think if you're not playing survival, you should be able to fast travel out of this, but I also read some articles where that might have been patched and they've made enemies spawn close by so you can't actually fast travel. So you may need to do this even if you're not playing survival. Now it's relatively easy to get in. It's still tricky to get in. It might take you sort of 5-10 times to get into the tank, and it's quite difficult to get out with the frame. If you're not interested in the frame, you can just go buy another frame. Then you can just take the parts off of that suit, and then it's pretty easy to get out just the way we get in. And we're going to try. So we may have to do that one so 10-15 times to get out, but I'm going to tell you how to do it with the frame. But let's try get in the tank first. So the first thing you want to do is you want to walk up to these steps. You want to go into first person mode, and you want to take out a gun. Now the gun's irrelevant. What we're going to do is we're going to turn and we're going to hit the A button at the same time. If you're on PS4, I think it's just the X button. So I use my left. I put my left hand on the right thumbstick on my controller, and as I'm turning, I'm hitting the A button at the same time. So it's important to turn and hit the A button at the same time. So you're going to have to use both hands to do this. So let's try. It is kind of tricky to do, but if you try it, eventually you will get in. And if you try long enough, you will get out. So so what we're going to do is we're going to kind of point it, and then we're going to turn. So I kind of turned there, but it wasn't enough for me to actually exit. I didn't have my back towards the glass. You want to get your back towards the glass. Always remember to take out your weapon. So when you kind of see this image, then it kind of tells you you're inside the glass. So there you go. That took us 2 tries, but I've definitely done it, and it's taken me 5 or 10 tries or 15 tries. Sometimes it's just I've done this before, so I kind of know what to do. For those that haven't done this before, it might just take you longer. Just persevere, keep trying. You kind of want to turn, have your weapon out, turn, and as you're turning with your left hand holding that right thumbstick, you're hitting A at exactly the same time. And as you kind of get to this position, you want to obviously exit your armor into the glass. That's obviously the idea. Now to get out, like I said, if you don't care about the frame, it's a lot easier and quicker to just take the parts off of this frame, and then you can still do the same thing and you don't have to worry about it. But if you like me, you want to take the frame as well because you want to use it in Nuka World, plus you want to give the other suit of armor to your companion, or you just don't want to pay for another frame, then we're going to try to get out. Now, it's very tricky to get out, but it's possible. But the idea here is the same thing. This curved glass, you see this curved glass is over here. Now, you can turn, but you have to turn about 45 degrees or 2/3 of the way. So the idea there is you want to turn enough that you exit you don't want to have your back towards the glass, because all that's going to do is it's going to exit, and we'll do that. We'll probably end up out there without the armor. That's not what we want, but so we may have to come back in. But you want to exit like 2/3 of the way, so you get out of the tank, but half the arm is actually sticking through the glass, or a piece of the frame is sticking through the glass. And then what you can do is you can literally just climb into the frame, even though it's still in the tank, and it won't have the animation, and it'll spawn you outside the tank. So again, more tricky. You're gonna have to try many more times, but it's totally possible to do this, and I'm gonna show you how to do it. Okay, so again, we're gonna climb in. Now there's two ways there's two kind of positions you can do. You can kind of go right and try it that way, or you can try go left. I found left's a little bit, seems a little bit easier, but I've done it both ways, so it's really luck of the draw. Just try and be as close as you can to the glass. Obviously, the further away from the glass, then you're going to land up outside the tank without the armor, which is right. So same idea. We're going to turn left, kind of towards like that position. So we kind of, our arms sticking out, hopefully we'll be sticking outside of the glass, and we spawn outside the glass, but it's going to take us a few tries here. So
thought as much.
okay, so there we go. That actually was much quicker than I thought it would be. So you can see what happened here is the power armor still inside, but I now have a piece of hand. That's kind of the idea that you want. You want the armor sticking outside of the glass, and I'm going to show you what we're going to do when we climb into this thing. There's going to be no animation, and we're going to be outside of the glass. So as you can see, no animation, and voila, we have the armor pulled outside of the cage. So that's ideal if you want to steal the armor prior to collecting and turning on the power. Unfortunately, it is the best armor in the game, and to me it makes sense that you use it and play with it while you're doing Nuka World, because Nuka World's pretty fun to do. You only can really get this armor right at the end after you've actually completed Nuka World, turned on the power, which is obviously the reward for doing that, but I think it's much more fun to actually use it while you're playing and get to use it versus I'm done with Nuka World or I'm done with the game now and I haven't really used the power armor, right? So I think it's a good idea that you can actually get to use it within the DLC and play through the DLC if you want. Now you can't upgrade it unless you are high level. You can actually upgrade it to a version 7 power armor, but you do need I think armor level 4 in your perks to be able to do that. But at the moment we actually have level 5, which isn't actually bad, but it's not the best. So don't forget to upgrade it when you do level up, or you do have that armor perk later on, and then it'll probably, you know, take you 20-30 levels before you can actually do that, depending on what you put your perks towards, if you want. So there you go. I hope that video was useful. If you did, please hit the like, comment and subscribe. If you are a new user to this channel, I do appreciate new subscribers. It helps the channel, and look forward to other content. And if you have any comments, let me know. Like I said, just persevere, keep trying. Once you get in the glass or get the hang of it, then getting in there is pretty easy. Getting out's much harder. But as you said, just do kind of a turn at kind of like a 45-degree angle, so you kind of jump out of the glass, but a piece of armor is inside the glass. There you go. Hope you found that useful. Enjoy.
Oh, good. I found you.
So let me just show you quickly the options for the power armor. Like I said, it was version 7. So if you go and you craft it, you'll notice it's a version 5 of the power armor. If you try and upgrade it, as you can see, you can go to a 7 or a 6 rather, I guess. I thought it was 7, but maybe it's a 6. But as you can see, you need Science 1, which generally people have if you're fairly high up, and then the big one there is Armor 7, right? So as I said, it does take a while to get that perk, so it'll be sort of later in the game, more than likely, that you'll choose that perk. But the armor is pretty tough as it is at the moment, so you know, I wouldn't worry too much about it and try and get that perk early. But if you do want to upgrade it earlier than your later levels, then obviously put your perks towards that power armor. But otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same on this. Again, I'm pretty low level, so I don't have access to a lot of the stuff. The other thing that I really like when modding power armor is turning on the targeting HUD. This basically turns all your enemies red, which is really cool if you're flying around in vertibirds, the vertibirds, and just walking around. You'll see enemies that you wouldn't typically normally see. Now, it may spoil your game, so if you really want to be immersed in the game, and obviously don't turn it on. But you know, if you're flying around above and you see your provisioners running around, it's pretty cool seeing things running around that you typically wouldn't pay attention to. So that's definitely one thing I will turn on. And then I do like the actual jetpack. If you want to turn that on, that's just a lot of fun to have on by default as well. But again, you need that armor 4 and you need science 4 for that to work. So again, you'd have to be fairly high level to have that on, unless you're using mods or something. There you go. I hope you found that useful. Thanks for watching.